Hello, and welcome to Adults Seeking Knowledge. My name is Jim. I'm a car lover and a backyard mechanic. And in this episode, we're going to learn about proper maintenance and how to take care of our four-wheeled family members. The engine is the heart of a car. And without a healthy heart, you can't have a healthy car. And that all starts with proper oil changes. So the two most important things when it comes to your oil is the oil level and the oil changes. Now, back in the day, your grandfather probably told you that you needed to change your oil every 3,000 miles. But with advancements in engine technology these days, that's not so much the case. Let's start by checking the level on the oil. Now, in most cars, you're going to have some sort of a dipstick, and it's going to be probably highlighted to make it easy to see. So in this case, it's yellow. What you want to do is pull it out and initially wipe it off so that you get a really good reading. And we'll put that back in there and pull it out. Now on this particular dipstick, I have indicators showing where the oil is low and where it's properly filled. So you can see in my case, the oil level is where it needs to be. Now the second part of this is the oil change. Now most cars are going to have some sort of an indicator light or an oil percentage type gauge. It's very important that these numbers are adhered to, because if you don't change your oil when it's supposed to be changed, it will cause excessive wear on your engine, and that could lead to costly repairs in the future. Now be mindful that there's several different types of oil, but the three main ones are synthetic, conventional, and a combination of the two called a synthetic blend. There's also different blends of those three kinds, and I have one here for cars with higher mileage. Now this is a synthetic, and it's rated for cars that have over 75,000 miles. Now these have certain additives that aren't in the other oils and is beneficial for a car with higher mileage. So now that we've looked under the hood and we got the oil all squared away, let's talk about one more thing: emission testing. So what is emission testing? Well, depending on where you live, you may or may not have to do it. But if you do, it's required by the law. Emission testing basically tests for unburned chemicals in the fuel to make sure that your car is running as efficient as it can and is not doing any or minimal harm to the environment. It's pretty easy to do. You just go to an emissions location and they hook your car up, and you'll either pass, and if you pass, you'll get a certified with the state and you'll be able to get your car tag. But if you don't pass, you're then required to fix on your vehicle whatever has caused you to fail, at which point you can go in and retest. If you pass the test, well, then you can get your tag. And here's an interesting little tidbit. Have you ever wondered why there's so many grades of gasoline? Or is premium fuel really better? Well, that's not actually true. Premium fuel is only needed if your car needs premium fuel. It's chemically different to work with the design of a car requiring it. So if your car doesn't require it, 87 is going to work just as well. And one more thing, you should never let your gas get below a quarter of a tank full. When this happens, the rust and the sediment mixes in, and it can get into your fuel system and ruin your fuel pump and your fuel filter, causing costly repairs. And if you're ever wondering what side of the car your gas tank is on, look at your gas gauge. It has a little arrow, and it'll point to the side of the car that the fuel door's at. Your tires. Very important thing, because it's that one item that connects you to the road. And what keeps those tires properly on the road is the tire pressure. Tire pressure that's too high, you can lose traction. If your tire pressure is too low, you can wear and tear on your tires. So to check that, I got my handy little gauge here. Now this is going to tell me how much PSI, or pounds per square inch, of air are in my tires. Now, how much air is your tire supposed to have? That's easy to find out. Every car has a tag, and on this tag it will tell you the manufacturer's recommended tire pressure. In my case, it's 35 PSI. So I'm gonna take my handy little tool here, and we're gonna go check it out. Checking your tire pressure is real simple to do with one of these. You can pick these things up at any store, a couple bucks, always good to have. And real simple. All you do is take the end, put it on the tire, and it pushes that out. Now, as I can see here, I'm right at 35 pounds, so my tires are fine. You might find that your tires are a little low and you have to add some air, or just as bad, they might be high and you have to let some air out to get it to the manufacturer's recommendation. One thing to know though, is if you keep having to put air in the tire and it keeps slowly coming down, you probably have a small leak somewhere. In this case, you need to take your tire to a qualified mechanic to have a possible repair done. It could be as simple as a patch or a plug and not have to replace the entire tire. And here are some items you should keep in your car in case of a flat tire. A spare tire, a car jack, road flares or triangle reflectors, the owner's manual, a lug wrench, and wheel chocks or blocks of wood. Last but not least, let's talk about dashboard lights and their meanings. When it comes to dashboard lights, colors matter. Green or blue lights, such as your lights or high beams, let you know that a system is on and operating. Orange or yellow warning lights, like tire pressure or low fuel, generally signifies that your vehicle needs to be serviced or repaired soon. These warnings are less urgent than if you have a red or a flashing light like engine oil pressure or electrical system warning light. Likewise, a check engine light tells you that you have an emissions issue, but if the check engine light is flashing, it could mean a cylinder misfire, which could be a more serious problem. Okay, so now that our cars have all been checked out, everything's tip-top shape, and we got all the supplies we need for a safe journey. Only thing left is to hit the road. My name's Jim, and you've been watching Adults Seeking Knowledge. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at aibtv.com. Follow us at WatchAIBTV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And subscribe to AIB Studios on YouTube.